The Broncos are home. We've been waiting so long, and after all the finishing touches, Empower Field is ready to go. This is what it looks like from above. We're going to see it. Just a second. There we go. Doesn't it look pretty? Looks really good. We got about 3 hours to go until the Broncos hit the field against the Green Bay Packers. Thanks for joining us at 4 o'clock. I'm Kim Christensen.
And I'm Phil Lipoff. What could be more fitting for preseason football than record heat? We just got that record in. Weather Impact Team meteorologist Corey Rippenhagen joins us now for the forecast. There it is. We hit 100.
Ouch. Yeah, that's our seventh hundo of the year here in Denver. That ties for the second most 100-degree days in Denver history. So we just broke that record of 99, which was set in 2023. So the record heat will continue as we go through the rest of the night. But fortunately, we do have a few rain showers that are coming into the Denver metro, and that'll put out some gusty winds, and that will cool things off just a little bit, maybe down to about 91, 92 for Broncos kickoff. My clicker does not want to change over to the Broncos forecast, but take my word for it. We do have a few showers moving in, maybe cool us down to about 91, 92 for kickoff, but it's still going to be hot. Gusty showers will be possible during that game. I'll have more in just a few minutes, guys.
Well, Corey, or Chris Bianchi, who said that we were almost done with the 100s right now, is sitting in his Broncos jersey going, oops. All right, tonight, all eyes are going to be in one place, on the ankle. Bo Nix's ankle. The QB will make his preseason debut for the Broncos.
Scotty Ainge and Mike Kliss join us now from Empower Field. You guys, it's record heat and you're wearing blazers.
Oh,
yeah, we're built different. That's why.
You're built
Bill.
different.
You know,
yeah,
when
sure.
Corey said there's the second most 100-degree days, how about the most ever that I remember?
It's 100 right now, and I'm having to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, Mike, two things about this preseason game will be much different than the last game we saw here at Mile High in the AFC Championship. One, it was snowing. Now it's 100 degrees. Two, Jarrett Stidham was the starting quarterback. Tonight it's Bo Nix. We're going to get to see his return.
They are not beginning as they finished, I guess. We can see the field, first of all. We couldn't see it by the end of the AFC Championship game. But yeah, Bo could have used him in that AFC Championship game. I think all Bronco fans would admit that, and that could have gone to the Super Bowl had he played. So he's playing tonight. He looks good. But don't take my word for it. The good thing for Bronco fans, they can see it for themselves tonight and ease their concern that Bo's okay. I'll be anxious to see whether or not he runs.
Did you say ankle-ish or anxious?
Yeah, that's right.
It is going to be exciting, right? Our pregame show starts at 6 o'clock right here on the field. Chad Brown, a few other special guests will be joining us. Mike, outside of Bo Nix, what's the biggest thing you're looking forward to seeing this evening?
Well, I think it'd be good for the fans to see Jalen Waddle catch a pass, run a route. You know, he's the new toy, the new big weapon. And
he's the only new thing on this team, really.
He is, other than Davis Webb as the play caller. He's back, but with a promotion. And but, yeah, Waddle will be interesting to see, to run a route, make a catch. People can appreciate what he's going to bring to this team. But otherwise, it's that same team that finished 14-3 last year. It's hard to replace players on a roster that went 14-3 and reached the Final Four. They're running it back for the most part, and see if that added hunger can take them that extra step.
I was going to say, the only thing that's really different about this team is that hunger that you said. There's so much excitement for tonight to see Bo Nix, and of course for this season. We'll be here all night, living our best lives. Kim, Phil, back to you in studio.
The crowd is going to go wild when they see Bo and Waddle and then Scotty and Kliss.
Yeah. We should have led with us, Kim. But
I don't know. Yeah.
Scotty will be there. Scotty, what do you got down there on the sidelines for us?
Well, figure it out as I go. I'll make it up as I go. It's fine.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks
Okay.
so much. Look,
Thank
same team, just with Bo's fixed ankle.
Yep, exactly. And outside the stadium, the fans are ready. Our Colton Chavez is out there. And Colton, some of them have been braving the heat for hours.
Well, we're talking all about this heat, and I swear, I'm not a meteorologist, but I'm pretty sure I just heard thunder in the background. It can't be coming from the stadium yet, but there are fans that are already out here right now. These are the Broncos faithful. Take a listen. Oh my goodness. I mean, there's just something to be said about game days. There's an atmosphere, there's just a temperature that you can feel that goes beyond the 100 degrees that we saw here today. I've seen people walking around with these just because of how hot it is, trying to move these metal gates all around the place. Now, there's someone that I want to introduce you guys to. She's been a part of Broncos country for a very long time, Catherine Highland. But people around these parts know her as Bronco Babe. Is there anything more official than having your own sticker? Bronco Babe, get in here. Get on over here.
Hi, how are ya?
Good. So, Miss Bronco Babe, first off, the last time we talked, Patriots playoff game, what does it feel like to be back here outside of Mile High again?
It's part of me is like it was a long time ago, but otherwise it was yesterday. It's like bittersweet. You know, it was the week before when I was driving home from the stadium and I heard on the news. I thought, that's fake news. No way did he break his foot. And then I got home and I quickly get on TV and found
Talking about Bo Nix.
real. Yeah, of course I'm supporting. So I'm like, that next week was really hard for all of us. And then the weather turned. And it was so brutally, nasty out.
Well, and I want to talk a little bit about the weather now because you and I were kind of pointing to the sky. But should we complain about this? I mean, it's...
No, actually, I'm an all-weather girl. I'm from Texas. I don't care.
You're from Broncos country.
Yeah, but I've been here 35, 40 years. Yeah, so I love it. Yeah, Broncos country's great. And you know what? We're all-weather fans.
I got to ask you about one thing because you have so much to digest here with your ensemble. We love it. But what do we got here on the ears here?
You know what? A Viking friend of mine, he was like, I got a gift for you when I was in Canton, Ohio for the Hall of Fame week. And he's like, I got you a present. So I got the cheese graters, and I put cheese graters on the table. We're going to grate some cheese later.
Well, Miss Bronco Babe, thank you so much. And that's not the last you're going to see of Miss Bronco Babe here. We're going to be out here talking to Broncos country all day long. And I just got to say to everybody in studio, does it get any sweeter than this? Live outside Mile High, Colton Chavez, 9 News.
We're soaking in her energy, Colton.
Oh my
She's
goodness, I
got
love her
all the
energy.
positive energy.
And that's a subtle flex, the cheese graters on the earrings. I love that. All right, Colton, thanks so much.
They called it a subtle.
Yes, that is a subtle flex. For those of you who are not going to the game tonight, you can watch it right here on 9 News. Coverage starts at 6 o'clock. You can also watch it for free anywhere in the Denver TV market. Just look for the Broncos stream on the 9 News app and 9news.com. In other news, it was a chaotic start to the day along the stretch of Colorado Boulevard in Thornton we want to tell you about.
We'll talk about some moves that the Nuggets made today. For those of you that haven't heard, a lot of people have been wondering when they're going to make a move, and they did. Nuggets finally made a significant addition in free agency. ESPN reports they are signing DeMar DeRozan to a one-year deal worth just under $4 million, 37 years old, 6-time All-Star, and most recently played for the Sacramento Kings. It's been kind of an underwhelming offseason up until this point. The Nuggets hadn't signed any big names, but now they have. They've also traded Peyton Watson, we know that, in an effort to save some money. So we'll see how this goes. Now we'll get to some other news.
Yeah, let's do that now. What started out as a shooting investigation then turned into a crash between an RTD train and a police cruiser.
9 News reporter Evan Krugel joins us now from 100th and Colorado. And Evan, this happened because a police officer parked on the tracks.
Yeah, Kim, that train was crossing over 100th behind me when people on board say they felt a lurch and then heard a loud bang. That noise turned out to be the front of the N-line train hitting a police truck that had been left on the tracks.
So I got on the train at 112th.
What started out as a typical morning commute quickly changed for passengers on the N-line Friday morning.
We were just kind of gradually going, and then boom. And then it was just like a big sudden stop, kind of.
Rick Newman would later learn that boom was the train colliding with a police truck parked on the tracks at 100th Avenue and Colorado Boulevard, where police were responding to reports of a crash and a shooting.
I knew we hit something, but I didn't know what.
Police say a witness called 911 after finding a car that had crashed into a light pole. A male passenger was killed and a female driver was taken to the hospital. It remains unclear who shot them,
or if police are searching for any suspects.
We do not have that information right now, so we have several detectives and officers working to gather information to figure out exactly what happened here and exactly what led up to this.
It's also unclear why that police supervisor parked on the tracks.
I can't speak to really that decision making there, but all I know is the officer arrived, got out of their vehicle to assess where they were needed, and then the train crash occurred. So I'm sure State Patrol will be working through the details there to figure out what happened. They'll be leading that investigation.
Passengers like Rick were loaded into buses and taken to their destinations, but not before snapping proof of a wild Friday morning commute.
Well, I'm going to go to work and probably get yelled at. That's why I'm taking pictures to send to them, so I got something to back me up.
Now, Thornton police have still not released any information on that shooting or crash. As for the train squad car collision, we're told no officers were injured and nobody on the train was injured either. Those passengers were placed on buses and taken to their destination, and the N line is back up and running this afternoon. Reporting live in Thornton, Evan Krugel, 9 News.
We've said this so many times, it could have been so much worse, but it was still a chain of events that are pretty scary, Evan.
Yeah. Evan, thank you.
This is not the first time in Colorado that an officer has caused a crash by leaving their patrol car parked on train tracks. You may remember that incident in Weld County back in September of 2022. Left a woman seriously injured. She was left handcuffed in the back seat by 3 officers from Fort Lupton and Platteville Police. She survived the crash with broken bones and a traumatic brain injury. All 3 officers were fired. 2 of them later charged. They took plea deals and were sentenced to probation. The woman sued the towns of Platteville and Fort Lupton and won. She was awarded $8.5 million in a settlement covered by the town's insurance policies.